Hey, what's going on, guys? It's DK. Back at you with another video here to talk some NBA prize picks for the Monday slate, May 9th. If you guys are a first-time viewer, welcome to my channel. I do cover DraftKings, prize picks, NBA Top Shot, Super Draft, all that good stuff. If you guys are a first-time user, you can use the code DKDFS for a 100% match up to $100. So take advantage of that. That could be a free $100 you can play with on the site. If you guys are looking for premium content, I do offer that on patreon.com. I cover NBA, USFL, and esports for daily fantasy sports. But recapping the picks from today. So first 0 for 2 in a long time. Luka went under by a few. Lost last minute and a half due to the blowout. It was a little bit unfortunate for taking the over in Luka PRA. Spencer Dinwiddie in the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter, just came out firing. Him and Bertans, they just couldn't miss. So it allowed Dallas to keep Luka on the bench longer than they usually do. So that was a little bit tilting. Luka went under by a bit. And once again, Ayton's just going to keep going under by like a point or two and just keep tilting me. Yeah, so 0 for 2. But hey, it's a new day. So let's talk about some picks I like. And it's an interesting one because obviously the first game, there's no real blowout risk. But the second game with Ja Morant doubtful, there is a decent chance that some of the Golden State guys only play 3 quarters. So you do have to factor that in. There's no Memphis props up yet. I guess they're probably waiting for the Ja Morant confirmation. So we'll keep an eye on Memphis stuff when they do add it. But let's start with one guy we've been all over, taking his over, and we're going right back to the well. It only jumped a point. Al Horford, PRA. Yeah, I'm going right back. And again, my reasonings are, he's going to play huge minutes. He's been averaging like 35 to 40 minutes a game so far in the series. He's one of the primary defenders on Giannis. Once again, I think the only real risk we run into is potential foul trouble, right? Because Horford can definitely get in foul trouble defending Giannis. And if he does, he could definitely, that's where I think he goes under. But if he plays 35 to 40 minutes, I think he has a very good chance to go over this number because, again, he's a good rebounder. He's going to have open threes. He can get some assists. So, once again, I like taking the over on Al Horford PRA. Now, here's one. It's not going to be super fun, but I'm actually leaning towards the under on Giannis Antetokounmpo at 50.5. So it went up a bit. I think it was like 48.5 previous game. And obviously had that massive 62 PRA game last game. Just went absolutely crazy. But previous 2 games, he did go under this number. So here's the thing with Giannis. I don't think he's number one. I don't think he's gonna have that good of a game again. And number 2, the way Boston is defending Giannis, they have Horford and Grant Williams, who are 2 good defenders, and they're also like taking a lot of charges. And like Giannis got a bit lucky last game with refs not calling charges on him. There could have been at least a couple of those where there should have been some offensive fouls. So Giannis has to be careful with how aggressive he is at times. I think there's a chance he could get in some foul trouble with the way that Boston's defending him. And I just think the number is a little bit high after last game. Had he not gone for 62 PRA last game, this number would probably be like 47, 48. But it's up to 50.5. So I'm going to lean the under on Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think Boston's really going to sell out to try to defend him. I think they're going to try to take some charges, draw some offensive fouls. So we're going to take the under there on Giannis, 50.5 PRA. And then there's one other one I like in this game, and that's Pat Connaughton over 13.5 PRA. So when we got that confirmation that Grayson Allen was starting, I said this in the Patreon stream. I was like, actually, this really benefits Pat Connaughton. And the reason is clearly Milwaukee wants to go a little bit smaller with Grayson Allen in the starting lineup. So that just means more minutes for Pat Connaughton. We saw it. He played 30-plus minutes. He played well. He's a decent rebounder. Now, I think he had like 8 rebounds last game. We're probably not going to get that again for Pat Connaughton. But it was really positive with that Milwaukee rotation. They ran a very, very tight rotation. Again, you saw Portis and Connaughton come off the bench and play solid minutes. But other than that, that was it, really. You saw a little bit of George Hill play 11 minutes and 2 minutes for Javon Carter. But yeah, Connaughton played 33 minutes off the bench. Now, can you say that, sure, Grayson Allen was in a bit of foul trouble. Maybe Connaughton loses a few minutes. Yeah, Yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's a good sign if Milwaukee continues to start Grayson Allen for Pat Connaughton's PRA. He's going to have open threes. Again, decent rebounder. So we're going to take the over there in Pat Connaughton, 13.5 PRA. And the final one here is for Golden State. And like I said, I think there's a pretty good chance that this game blows out with Ja Morant last game, Golden State still blew out Memphis. And now Ja is not expected to play. On the road at Golden State is a very hostile environment. So here's the one we're going to take the under. It's going to be the Draymond Green under 22.5. Now with Draymond, I think you really need him to play four quarters in this game to get that PRA, because Draymond's not really a guy that, if the game blows out, he's going to hit like his over numbers, right? Because he needs the full 4 quarters, because he's a guy that, he needs to get those assists, needs to get those rebounds. And if he only plays like 3 quarters, then there's a decent chance he goes under. Whereas I would be a little bit more hesitant for guys like Steph and Clay, who I think they could still hit their over numbers if they get hot from 3, right? And if the game's blowing out, obviously Golden State's doing a lot of scoring. If they're doing a lot of scoring, a lot of it's probably coming from the Splash Brothers. So I'd be a little bit more hesitant to take their unders. Where a guy like Draymond Green, for example, he really needs to play the full 4 quarters, I think, to hit this over. Like I said, because you're not going to have Draymond like nailing threes, right? So those are the reasons I like the Draymond Green under PRA. Now, if the game stays competitive, obviously he has a chance to hit this, but it's a 10-point spread without Ja Morant. I think there's a decent chance this game does not stay competitive. So those are going to be the 4 picks I like. Again, we're going to take the over Al Horford PRA at 23.5, the under on Giannis, 50.5 PRA, the over Pat Connaughton, 13.5 PRA, and the under on Draymond Green, 22.5. So that'll wrap it up for the video, guys. Again, if you do enjoy this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. But appreciate everyone's support. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you all in the next one.